Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and it's time to make a very overdue video because, well, this has been annoying me ever since I started playing Magic. I'm of course talking about people using the color nicknames. Now why did I say people using the color nicknames instead of just the color nicknames themselves? Well, because the color nicknames are from the actual lore, so why would I have a problem with that? I have a problem with people trying to sound cool using them and usually failing miserably. It's illogical, it's annoying, and most of all, it's alienating to new players. I never, ever, ever refer to my decks by the color nickname when I'm talking to somebody who wasn't playing when that nickname was around. In fact, I wasn't playing when the nicknames were around. Why the hell should I be using them? I don't give a crap about sounding like a pro or sounding like, because all the pros are like, oh, that's a Bant deck, that's an Esper deck. Oh, I'm going to emulate them because I'm 12 and I look up to them like a role model. Hell no. So that's my first beef with it. Hell, that's my first two beefs with it. Why the hell are people calling it like, oh, this is my Bant deck? You weren't playing when Shards of Alara was out. You probably don't even know what the hell the Shards of Alara are. Why the hell are you calling it a Bant deck? You're just copying everybody else because you think it sounds cool. Just shut up. And that's my second problem. People are just trying to sound cool. They're trying to sound knowledgeable when half the time they don't know what the hell they're talking about. They're going on and on about, oh yeah, I run a Grixis deck and I'm thinking about building a Jund deck and then I run my Naya deck and yeah. Wow, you're just amazing. You sound exactly like the pros. Wow, I've heard the pros use those terms and I don't know what they mean, but boy, you sound cool. Just kidding. All the new players are just like, what the hell do any of those words mean? Can you translate it into English or just stop talking? Because there's no point to what you're saying to me. Oh, and here's my third beef with it. Somebody comes up to me, oh, I'm running a Bant deck. Oh, so you're running an all Exalted deck. It's an Exalted heavy deck with that mechanic called Exalted from Bant. And they're like, no, it's not an Exalted deck. Oh, well then go ahead and shut the hell up. That's what Bant is. It's not just colors, it's a mechanic, it's a strategy, it's a type of using the mana. Read the damn lore. My favorite one is Esper. Okay, their theme was colored artifacts. Oh yeah, that colored artifacts deck, that Godsend Magebane deck or whatever the hell. Yeah, I'm sure that's what you're playing. You know what, maybe you could stop using Esper considering Esper is a damn Pokemon. It's some little creepy psychic cat whose gigantic eyes will steal your soul and haunt your nightmares. About 5 seconds after it was leaked, people turned it into a meme. If you say you're running an Esper deck, I automatically assume you're playing Pokemon. Just kidding, I assume you're playing Magic and that you're just a dick. I also assume you actually don't know what the hell Esper even is. You just heard the name and thought, cool, I'm gonna sound cool. Oh my god, I am so sick of the posers using these frickin' terms. But Desolator, it's faster. It's just faster and easier. Oh yes, when you're talking to somebody who's been playing the game for like 3 months and you tell them, oh, you should build a Jeskai deck. That is in fact so much easier for them to understand than if you just said, well honestly America, I think they'd get that one, or red, white, and blue. See, that's the thing, if you say I'm running an America deck, people are like, I bet you that's red, white, blue. Like anybody, people who don't even play the game would get that because there's actually a connotation there. It actually makes sense logically. The name actually means something. Now here's my favorite. While we're on the topic of Jeskai, okay, I kid you not, this is what like the official announcers at a tournament did. MTG Goldfish copied them. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. This guy's running Jeskai Black. You know what? No, he's not. He's actually running red, white, blue, black. I'm sorry that they haven't named it something yet. But guess what else? There's no black in Jeskai. Hey guys, I'm running this new 5-color deck, but instead of 5-color, I'm gonna call it my Bant Esper Grixis Jund Naya deck. Because then I'll sound 5 times cooler. All people do when they use these terms are 1, try to sound cool, 2, try to sound like they've been playing for a hell of a lot longer than they actually have, and 3, purposely trying to talk over the head of new players. Oh, and here's the best one. Okay, I've got a little story for you in case you don't believe me that this is just the dumbest damn thing on the planet. And keep in mind, I was playing during Return to Ravnica. Okay, so this ain't new to me. You may recall there are 10 guilds in Ravnica, and they're all 2-color combinations. Now, they all have their own mechanics. Obviously, you guys know my favorite was Extort. I don't know what the hell guild that was, and neither does anybody else. In fact, we were trying to figure it out, and nobody had a smartphone, and we didn't. That's the thing. When there's 5 of them, people can memorize them. Oh yeah, I'm playing Bant, or Jeskai or whatever. Well, plus that was way more recent. But when there's 10 of them, oh, that's too hard. That's too hard. I can't do 10. Either that or people just finally caught on to the fact that saying 2 colors is about the same amount of time as trying to think what freaking guild it was. Actually, in most cases, it's a hell of a lot less. Like if I walked up to somebody and said, oh yeah, I'm running an Orzhov deck, they wouldn't know what the hell I'm talking about, okay? Orzhov, okay? Then just think of the word Orzhov. Black-white. There you go. See, I said it quicker. That was actually less time. That was actually more efficient and more informative. By the way, Orzhov was the one you're still trying to think of from a minute before when I said extort. There, I just saved you the time Googling it. But I kid you not, somebody was building a deck, and somebody said, oh, what type of deck is it? And they said, hold on. Like 60 seconds of pulling up their smartphone, pulling up a web browser, typing. Finally, a minute later, he goes, oh, it's an Orzhov deck. And I overheard him, and so I said, oh, you're running extort then? Cool, I love extort. And he said, no, it's not. And then I said, well, then guess what? No, it's not. You freaking idiot. Actually, if I knew slightly more, I would have said, oh, then you're running Haunt, which is the other, guild pact. That's a little before my time. But guess what? No, it was just white-black. It had absolutely nothing to do with Orzhov. Didn't have a damn card from Ravnica. He just named it that because he thought it sounded cooler. But it took him a minute to explain what his deck was when he could have just said the words black and white. Like, how far up your own ass does your head have to be before you just realize that you should just tell people what colors your damn deck is? We don't need the cutesy little stupid nicknames that nobody has memorized, okay? If you add them all up, it's probably equivalent to a state capitals test. Yeah, because memorizing 50 of those was really fun in school. Boy, I just need to just do that again. Except this time, it's not even a real place. Now, obviously, I've been playing long enough that I have most of them memorized, but not all of them. Even if I had 100% of them memorized, I don't like sounding like a pretentious elitist dick. So instead, when somebody asks me what colors my deck is, I answer them with what colors are contained within the deck. You know, kind of like exactly what they asked me. So please, stop using these stupid terms. The one pass I'll give you is if you're running a Jeskai deck that literally is made up of Jeskai cards during Cons of Tarkir. Okay, then you can call it a Jeskai deck. You know why? Because you're running a Jeskai deck. There's actually Jeskai cards in it. It's actually completely irrelevant what colors it is. You know how I can tell how the card Jeskai Ascendancy is a Jeskai card? Because it has the word freaking Jeskai in it. That's what makes it a Jeskai card, not the colors. Now, if you're like, no, I'm going to keep using those terms because I still, I don't use them to be pretentious. I don't use them to sound like an elitist or like I know way more than I do about magic. I just use them because it's what's in my head and I'm used to it. Okay, one more little piece of evidence. Look around at your local gaming store. Who always uses those terms? Is it the nice, friendly people who are always willing to trade and talk and joke around and they never stomp off like a little toddler after they lose? Or is it the dickish, elitist jerk netdeckers? Maybe your store's a little different than mine, but it was the dicks. It was just black and white binary condition. The really stuck up, just unfriendly, have to win net decking losers were the people who would use those terms. All the more down to earth, reasonable, friendly, just generally awesome players would tell you the actual names of the colors to just skip that whole translation in your head because they knew it was stupidly annoying. So that's how you're going to be perceived most likely by most people if you continue to use those stupid terms. I'm sure a good portion of you are going to disagree with me, but remember, this is completely an opinion piece. This is just my take on those stupid terms. It's just my personal opinion that people should stop using them. Of course, I supported it with some flawless bulletproof logic and several personal anecdotes, and then more logic, but still, totally my opinion. Let me know if you agree down in the comments section, and I'll see you guys next rant.